Hey everyone, so today I'm going to show you how to make these cute little cactuses for decorations, or you can also put some pins in them to actually look pokey like a cactus does. So I got this cute little pot, so it was quite small, and then I'm going to use fabric like felt to make mine. So I got 4 circles. Mine are 3 inches in diameter. When you're done cutting out your circles, you're just going to cut those circles in half. I found it's more symmetrical if you first cut out all your circles and then cut them in half to make sure that they're all around the same size. So this is about how you are going to sew it, putting good sides together and sew it like in a little semicircle. So I just took my piece of thread and just twisted it around my needle to create a knot. You can also just hand sew it or use a sewing machine. I wasn't really in the mood for using sewing machine, so I just sewed it by hand. Here I'm just creating myself a guide to follow so my sewing lines won't be all crooked and all over the place, so it kind of follows the same semicircle all throughout the cactus, so all the pieces are about the same size at the end of it. When you're doing this by sewing machine, you don't have to do this, you can just pick a line on the side to sew along. There are a lot of different ways to hand sew and a lot of different stitches you can do. Just do whichever one you prefer. This is kind of just showing you how I did mine. I think I showed you 2 different ways if you just watch it, and it doesn't really matter which way you do it. I did it 2 different ways and they both turned out good. I'm not really going to explain it because I think that would be hard to explain. You can just watch the video and see how I hand sewed mine. And then at the end, just make sure you go into the same spot a few times and kind of tie a knot. And then you're going to take your scissors and kind of snip all of these sides without cutting your thread, because then you'll just lose all the work you did. But you're just going to snip all along. This makes sure if you flip it the right side, you won't have some bulges somewhere. This kind of just helps the fabric form to your shape easier. And I just kind of cut the very tips of mine off because I noticed when I flipped it inside out, then you can see little pieces sticking out of the bottom. So this is how it looks from the inside. And then you're just going to flip it inside out. Now you're going to put all your 4 pieces together when you're done sewing all the insides. And you're just going to sew straight up the middle. So using the same way you did before, either by hand or by sewing machine, you're just going to sew your way up and make sure it's secure. Just making a mark to make sure it's straight up the middle and not wonky and going sideways. When you are done that, you're gonna kind of separate your pieces and take some stuffing and stuff it into each little pocket almost. So I didn't have actual fancy stuffing, so I just opened an old pillow and just used the stuffing in there. It works just as fine. And I mean, if you're not using pillow anyway, why not use a stuffing? So way to reuse old pillow. And then, so yeah, you're just gonna fill all the little pieces. I suggest using little bits and going all around, making sure that they're all the same. And then when you see they all have enough stuffing, you can just go in and make them a little more poofier almost. So yeah. Then I just cut out a little flower for mine out of a different type of fabric or just a different color, and then I just used a little pin to put it in. So I didn't videotape this, but afterwards I just hot glued mine into it to make sure it doesn't come out. So thank you guys so much for watching.